So Mr. Meshach De Jesus, 8th grade student at MS-22 Jordan L. Mott, RAVE Center, director of our first video. You and your peers have witnessed history in the making. The United States of America has elected their first African-American president. In your own words, sir, tell me, how do you feel today?
I feel so good and wait, just 1 second.
Ha! There's a very enthused young man.
Well, it's kind of great since we don't have a third Bush right now, and so that's good.
When you followed the campaign, I'm assuming
That since it's good that you got California, Oregon, and Washington.
right. Are you surprised, Meshach, that African American has become the president of the United States of America?
Yes,
Why?
because now minorities, well, back 04 and 2000, minorities didn't vote, and now since there's an African American, minorities voted, just not because
Right. Well, the reality is true. Back in 2000 and 2004, minorities did get out and vote, but probably definitely not in the numbers that they voted this particular year. Do you think individuals voted for Barack Obama because he's a black man or African American, or do you feel that they voted because he is very qualified to become the president of the United States of America?
Definitely, he's so qualified that if I was 18, I would vote for him.
What's the one thing before you go that you enjoyed about President-Elect Mr. Barack Obama's campaign?
Wow, there was a lot of them.
One thing.
That he got the entire tri-state area, like New York, New Jersey, the entire Northeast. And so this feels wow.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mr. De Jesus. Mr. Edgar Ferreira, 8th grade student representing MS-22 RAVE Center, also future CEO of World Tech Investments. Today is history in the making. The United States of America has elected their first African-American president. As a young Latino male, how do you feel today, sir?
Well, I feel great that finally we have a change, and to let everybody know that anybody, no matter what color you are, you can do anything you want.
Now, a lot of people have been apprehensive or have their reservations about whether or not the United States of America would actually see an African-American president in their lifetime. Did you, prior to President-Elect Barack Obama becoming nominated for the presidency and now winning the presidency, did you feel or believe in your heart that you'd actually ever one day see an African-American president?
Well, I never thought I was going to live to see this moment, but it's a beautiful thing that I did, and it's very surprising to me that a black man is elected president, but at the same time it's not, because, like I said before, anybody can do anything.
Exactly. So as you followed the campaign, and the last question, what's the one piece of information, or the one piece of substance, from so much substance that President Barack Obama has given us over the past 18 months, what's the one thing that really resonated, really stuck to you?
Well, the thing that really stuck to me about Barack Obama is that, as he mentioned last night, that this is not about him, that it's all about us, that he can't do it alone. And I don't, and no disrespect to the black folks, just because we have a black president doesn't mean that we can get lazy and think that we're gonna be good because Barack Obama is the president. It's not about Barack Obama. He's just the leader of the country. It's all about us.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Ferreras. Action. So, Mr. Jovan Bond, like James Bond. Today, my brother, we witness history. An African-American male has become the first African-American elected president of the United States of America. How do you feel this morning, sir?
Makes me feel great. I didn't think it was going to happen because Kane was in the race, and then Hillary Clinton dropped out, so I had more hope on Barack Obama, but I've been voting for him, and I actually got to vote, well, because my mom let me.
Oh, okay. So mom let you pull the lever?
Yep.
So what did it feel like? Were you standing on lines when you went to vote with your mom? Was there a line at the voting location?
No.
Okay. And what was the energy in the room like? Were there other people voting at the same time?
Yes, a lot of them.
What did the energy feel like in that voting location?
I feel like everybody was ready. Everybody knew the time has come, and they need a new president.
Right? Was anybody, now for the people that were crowded, were there anybody complaining about long lines or how long they might have had to wait or any issues, or was everybody pretty much in a very positive mood?
Some people were in a negative mood. They was kind of upset, but most of them was thinking positive.
Very good. So as you watched the campaign trail, did you ever think as a young black male that you would see the day when there would actually be an African-American president of the United States of America?
No, to tell the truth, I really didn't think so.
Now, as a young African-American male, seeing that one of us has accomplished the highest position in the land, running the most powerful country in the world, how does that make you feel for your future?
Good. It makes me feel like I can do anything that I set my mind to.
Excellent, my brother. I want to thank you for your time, and you have a great day. Action.
Today is me. The last video that I did was part 1 of the interviews. Now we're going to do part 2, so I hope you enjoy it. So this is Mr. Truman. He's our custodial engineer here. So, how do you feel about the election?
Well, the election is proof that America is ready for a change, and that they're not taking race as an issue. And I think, hopefully, what doesn't get lost in this whole election is that Barack Obama didn't wake up one morning and just decided to run for office. This started back when he was as young as 5 years old. He had the right values, the right psychology, he had the right education, and he had the right sense of ambition. In order to win a presidency, it's not just handed to you. So hopefully a lot of people it finally resonate with a lot of people that you really got to work hard in order to achieve your goals. If you really want to achieve your goals and impact the world, that's what you have to do. You have to follow Barack Obama's example and really take work ethic, education, and vision really as really fundamental building blocks of achieving any goal. So that's my take on it.
So just to be fair, what do you think about McCain?
McCain? Well, I mean, I'm not a political expert, but age was a factor. A lot of people wasn't comfortable with the fact that he was pretty much up there in age, and that someone who was his vice president, that she wasn't too experienced. I mean, she probably did have the credentials, and I don't doubt that she was an intelligent woman. But there still was an issue of experience on her part. So a lot of people wasn't comfortable with that. And on the other hand, there's also Barack Obama. He's another reason why McCain had trouble with it, because Barack Obama, he had the whole story, and he had the whole history of America, but with slavery to civil rights up to present time. He had a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that in his background story. So he's like a symbol, like a symbolism of how much America has come along as far as race relations. So there's that dynamic, and every time he gave a speech or something, it was a rock concert. Everybody showed up, and everybody was really interested in what he had to say. And more importantly, he wasn't just speaking in terms of like black folks. He was just talking like everybody in general. So that's why I said, he even said that his DNA is pretty much, American in that, he's half black and half white. So it's like the very fabric of America is within his DNA. So, he's like it was really fitting that someone like him would be president of the United States. So,
very good.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon. I'm here with Ms. Feinberg, our ELA teacher, and I just wanted to ask her, well, how are you doing, Ms. Feinberg?
Good, I'm doing well.
I just wanted to ask her, how does she feel about America's first black president? I just want to know, how does it feel that we finally made history?
Oh, I think it's such a historical moment. I'm very proud that a multicultural man has made it as our commander-in-chief. It's such a historical moment, and someone so intelligent as him, and from the heart, and especially articulate. I think he'll be a role model, especially for the young people within our schools, and raising expectation for our country. He has definitely made a huge shift in paradigm, and it's pleasing that a man like this has made it into office. And the history speaks it from itself, from the Board of Education to Abraham Lincoln. So this is one of these moments. He has defined history forever. And you hear the enthusiasm and the applause on the streets, particularly in the New York City schools and on the streets. So he will definitely be a shift for the United States.
Thank you for your time, Ms. Harper. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm here with Ms. Stephanie, who's representing the RAVE Center, and I just wanted to ask her, well, how are you doing, Ms. Stephanie?
I'm very good, thank you.
I just wanted to ask her, how does she feel about America making history and America's first black president?
I feel very happy. I'm excited for change, and I can't wait what Obama has in store for us.
But to be fair, how do you feel about McCain?
McCain? I have no comment on that.
Okay, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you very much.
My name is Javon. I'm from MS-22. These are all graduates from the school. They're in 9th grade now. And I wanted to ask y'all how y'all feel about the new African-American president.
Well, the new president, it actually shows that since he's African-American, that now kids who are colored or minority, they are actually able to do whatever they actually want. Like, we could stop telling them that they could be whatever they want when they look into a textbook and it shows all white presidents.
In my opinion, it shows that in this country, you can do whatever you want. Like, you can be who you want as long as you have the potential and you want to study.
I think it's great because the United States needs a change. No more wars, no more violence, no more people fighting for other rights. We want peace.
I think it's a great opportunity for us. You know, Obama inspires me and is a great person. Really important.
I think it's nice because the fact that an African American has such perseverance, even though McCain started talking bad trash about it, he still went on, and well, he's now the president of the United States, first African American.
There you have it. Thank you, gentlemen.
You're welcome.